I had nowhere to go. I was exhausted. I felt like I was gonna die, either from the cold or from hunger. I hoped that I could rest for a couple of hours at Tiffany's place, get my energy back, and figure out what to do next. I'd only been to her new apartment once before. I only had a vague memory of exactly where it was, but I was sure that this was the street. Another homeless person. I get the feeling they're everywhere, and they're watching me. I must be getting paranoid. Police. They're watching Tiffany's apartment, of course. They assumed that I'd show up here looking for a place to hide. I have to find another way in. That window leads to Tiffany's apartment. If only I could find a way to open it. I think it budged a little. It's open a few inches. I almost had it. I wasn't too proud about breaking into Tiffany's apartment like a common criminal, but I had no choice. I hadn't eaten in almost a day. I was starting to feel weak and tired. My picture's in all the newspapers. I can be identified by just about anyone in the street now. I'm going to have to be very careful. Nothing to eat here.
You have one new message today at 10:41.
Hello, Miss Harper. I'm Detective Carla Valenti from the New York City Police Department. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I'll try calling you back a little later today.
And for an expert's point of view on the subject, we have with us today one of the most renowned specialists on Mayan civilization, Professor Dmitry Kuryakin of the Mesoamerican University here in New York. Thanks for being with us today, Professor. You've written a fascinating book on Mayan rituals, and I wanted to ask you if...
A specialist in Mayan civilization. He'd known what Kekteklan means. Gotta meet this Professor Kuryakin.
You scared me. What are you doing here?
The police are looking for me. I needed a place to hide for a few hours.
Lucas, what happened to you? The papers are saying that you killed several people. Is it true?
The whole thing is very complicated. All I can tell you is that I am not a murderer.
I love you, Lucas. I don't want to lose you. Lucas, it's the police. What are we gonna do?
Look, I'm sure they just want to ask you a few questions. Just stay calm, Tiffany, and answer their questions. I'll hide in the apartment. Everything will be fine. You'll see.
Miss Harper? Miss Harper, are you home?
Yes, just a second. I'm coming. Lucas, I can't keep them waiting anymore. I've got to open the door.
Miss Harper?
Yes?
I'm Detective Todd of Miles, NYPD. I'm working on the Lucas Kane case. I think that you two were romantically involved, isn't that right?
We're involved, yes. But we separated. We broke up about a month ago.
Have you heard from Mr. Kane recently? Has he tried to contact you?
I went by his apartment day before yesterday to pick up the last of my things. We hardly spoke. I haven't heard from him since.
Do you mind if I look around your apartment?
Well, it's just that...
Hey, I'll only be a minute.
Go ahead.
Doing a little redecorating?
Yes, the apartment wasn't in very good shape, so I've been painting it. It's taking a long time with my job. I don't have much time to...
And what do you do?
I'm a nurse. I work at St. John's Hospital.
Thank you for your cooperation, miss. If Kane does try to recontact you, please call me right away. Here's my card. Be careful, miss. Kane's a very dangerous man.
Hello, my name's Barney.
Detective Carla Valenti.
You've come to see Janus, isn't that right? He's down the second corridor on the right. You finished? Oh, another power outage. It's the sixth time today. Not surprising, though, with this cold weather. Good thing the hospital's got its own backup generator. Remember, Janus's cell is down the second corridor on the right. One of my colleagues is waiting to open the cell for you. I'll be watching you. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Thank you, Barney. I wasn't sure exactly what I expected to find out by coming here. Kane was the killer. There was no doubt about that.
And yet, I needed to know just what happened in the strange case of the Kirsten killings.
Hello, detectives. I'll wait for you here.
Perfect, thanks. Sort of spiral, drawn hundreds of times on the wall of the cell. Why is he obsessed by this symbol? Hello, I'm Detective Carla Valenti of the New York Police Department. I'd like to ask you a few questions, if it's all right with you, of course. I see you like to draw. That's quite nice. What is it exactly?
Why have you gone to the trouble of coming to see me, Detective Valenti? I'm mad, you know. What I have to say is meaningless. Isn't that right?
Maybe you're not sick. Maybe it's that no one has taken the time to really listen to you.
A man and a woman in a laundromat. She's a little overweight, Hispanic looking. Him, he has a knife planted in his eye.
How do you know that?
I was there. I can see through his eyes. Every one of the murders, I'm there.
Who is the murderer?
Nobody knows. Nobody sees him. He leaves no trace in people's memories. But I know he exists. He's among us, invisible. He's everywhere.
Why is he killing people?
He wants to see the other side. He's looking for a little girl. He's been waiting for a long time. He wants her, and will do anything to get her.
There have been other identical murders, haven't there?
The killings won't stop until they've found the little girl.
Why? Why are they killing?
Oh, the world's not what you think it is. The Orange Clan are secretly running everything. They're watching us, listening to us all of the time. They record what you say. They know what you're doing each second of the day. They're everywhere.
How is this connected to the murders?
They want ultimate power. They want the answer to the question of life. They want to be eternal.
I have to go now, Anton. Thank you for your help.
It's already too late. We're all gonna die from the cold. It'll be the dawn of a new race. The end of humanity. The end of humanity.
Do you want to know what my drawings mean? The response to all questions. The beginning of the end. The Alpha and the Omega. All will end there.
Everything go all right? I'll walk you to the... Damn it! This time it looks serious. It looks to me like our backup electrical generator hasn't kicked in. It'll come on. Sometimes it takes a minute. We'll wait here in the meantime.
What was that noise?
Oh shit. The cell doors. All of the cell doors have been opened. The electrical outage must have screwed up the autolock system.
What? You mean the patients are free to leave their cells and nothing...
Wait. Don't move. Don't make any noise. We don't want them to locate us here. Just keep cool, and we'll wait for the lights to come on. Relax. Stay close to me.
The aide. They got him. I have to move from here.
Don't stay here. They'll come and find you. Get to the door. It's your only chance.
Oh no! I hear one coming. He's getting so close. Freeze, Carla. Don't move. Hold your breath. He's going away. I can keep moving. He's right there. He's going away. I can keep moving. Barney! Barney! Open up!
Oh, thank God you made it out. I don't know what the hell could have happened. The auto lock system opened all of the cell doors. Are you hurt? Are you sure you're all right?
Great, Barney. I feel great. I love playing hide and seek in the dark with a pack of psychopathic killers.
This man I'd barely seen on TV was my last hope. I didn't know what connection there could be between the Mayans and what had happened to me, but at that point, I was ready to accept any explanation that could make sense out of the nightmare that my life had become. Hello, I'm a journalist, and I have an appointment with Professor Kuryakin.
The professor's waiting for you.
Solid gold chalices and plates, probably used during sacrifice ceremonies, from Campeche. Circular altar that was probably used in sacrifices, early post-classical period. Feminine figurine found on the Pacific coast of Guatemala. Polychrome tripod seat. Origin, Mexico. Head of statue representing Itzama, discovered in Chiapas. Circular altar that was probably used in sacrifices, early post-classical period. Facade of sacrificial temple, origin, Yucatan. fresco. A two-headed serpent. The same shape that I carved on my forearms the night of the murder. Stone stele from Palenque. Post-classical period. Professor Kuryakin?
Yes?
My name's John Cunningham. We spoke on the phone. I'm a journalist, and I'm gathering information for an article I'm writing about the Mayan religion.
Ah, yes, I've been waiting for you, young man. What paper did you say you write for once again?
I write for the New York Times.
The New York Times is interested in my work. Oh, won't that make some of my esteemed colleagues grin with envy? It's curious, but your face seems familiar to me. Have we met somewhere before?
Yeah, I get that a lot. I guess I must have one of those boring faces everybody sees everywhere.
Well then, let's have a go at it. Where would you like to start?
Can you tell me anything about Cuecnitlan?
Of course. Come, I'll introduce you. You see before you the ancient Mayan god Cuecnitlan, the serpent with the two heads. One head sees in this reality, the second in the other world. By opening both mouths, the Mayan oracles could see through the serpent into the other world.
Could you explain this other world?
Oh, the world beyond our own, the kingdom of the gods and the dead. The Mayans believed that human sacrifices allowed them to hear the voices of the deceased and see into the future.
Tell me, how did the sacrificial ceremony work?
Come, I'll show you. This painting, dating from the 1st century BC, shows a sacrificial ceremony. The victim's agony must have lasted quite some time, the priority being to keep the mouths open as long as possible. The victim was stabbed 3 times, each wound cutting a pulmonary artery leading to the heart.
How did the ritual sacrifice work?
Oh, the oracle must never soil himself with the blood of another. That is why he chooses a sort of proxy, another person in the crowd, totally at random. This person becomes the executor. The oracle takes complete control of the executor, manipulating him from a distance.
What happened to the executor after the sacrifice?
He went mad and committed suicide after accomplishing his part of the ritual.
A Mayan sacrifice. That's what it was.
You aren't a journalist, are you? Who are you?
My name is Lucas Kane. The police are looking for me about a murder that I did not commit, but I was the executor.
You're a murderer?
I'm innocent. I stabbed someone I'd never seen before 3 times, cutting his arteries, just like you described.
Do you mean to say that there is a Mayan oracle still living today? But that's completely impossible.
Have you ever seen this symbol before?
Oh, It's the symbol of Quegnitlan. The executors cut this into their own forearms before accomplishing the sacrifice. So, it is true. My God, the Codex was right.
The Codex? What are you talking about, Professor?
You can't stay here. Your picture is in the paper that the security guard is reading. He's sure to recognize you. Come, let's leave here, and I'll tell you all about it.
Thank you for your help, Professor. Professor!
The Codex speaks of the coming of a child, a prophet, the answer to all of life's questions. The Oracle kills to find the child.